And we're back. I'm Denny.
I'm Darian, and this is the No Shame Podcast.
For those of you that somehow ended up here and are wondering where you're at in the internet, we're wondering the same exact thing. Mm-hmm. Probably searched up on Google Double D expecting to find pictures of large breasts. You ended up in an audio podcast with two very average-looking college males who are going to have mediocre conversations.
But if that's your type of thing, just grab that lotion and sit on down because we are going to have a great time here. So this is the Double D Podcast is what you're listening to. We are two college students from Purdue University in West Lafayette, Indiana. So we did this podcast because Denny got a mic last year, right?
First, we should introduce ourselves.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I mean,
okay.
It's called Double D Podcast for a reason. First of all, we like boobs.
That's true.
I mean, every male likes boobs, even gay males, even females like boobs. It's called the Double D Podcast because my name is Denny, starts with a D.
Mm-hmm. Mine's Darian, also starts with a D. So
if you put those together, it is two D's, Double D.
Also means boobs.
And a little bit of background for both of us here. We're sophomores in college right now. We were roommates last year, freshman year. Completely random that we ended up together, honestly, because
total stroke of luck.
Yeah.
Just one day on Facebook, looking for a roommate. Just no idea what I was gonna do. See Denny's roommate thing. Exactly what I would have put if I was gonna be like putting my thing on Facebook for someone to room with me.
I posted on the university class of 2018 group that I needed a roommate because all my other friends ditched me. They were gonna go with their friends or with their friends in the group, so I was kind of pissed. Right? Never told them that, but if they're listening, they'll know. And posted on the class of 2018 group, and Big D over here responded, said, "Do you think we'd be good roommates?" And now we're making a podcast. So.
Podcast has been something we've been talking about doing for a long time. Finally got the balls to sit down and do it. Just randomly one night, like last weekend, we were just saying, you know what? I can't remember how we came up with it, but just...
last year what happened was I bought a very cheap microphone because I wanted to be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I still want to be a rapper. The dream is still very much alive. Check me out on SoundCloud, Hyperphilic.
I can't put the name.
Shameless plug, yeah. But I bought a very cheap mic, and that was for rapping, and then Darian was like, hey, we should make a podcast. And that was a year ago.
I'm an avid podcast listener, so when Denny got the mic, the first thing I thought it was podcast, because I've always wanted to just make one and see how it work out. So.
And a year later, randomly one night, like a week ago, we just were like, hey, we should really get on that podcast idea. So, I mean, now we're just making this makeshift podcast.
Drew up some segments, and I mean, we're just great banter between us. I think we were talking about how, like, the reason we got on the podcast, we're talking about how close, like, how similar-minded we are, how we can just flow into conversation.
I mean, I'm still amazed at the chances of us even meeting and how we did, and it was just so insane how similar we are.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should talk about, like, individual backgrounds and stuff, just kind of get people familiar with us. You can go first.
Okay, well, I'm Darian Vidati is my last name. I'm from Columbus, Indiana is where I live technically, but I'm also from Utah and California. My mom is from Columbus, Indiana, like where we live now. My dad is from Iran, so I'm half Persian. Insert your terrorist jokes now. So that's why that's the Vidai last name is Persian. I have three younger brothers. I'm an avid sports fan, diehard sports fan, and I love to play sports, do anything like that. So here, see what Danny got to say.
I mean, literally every time I was in the room with Darian last year, there was sports on. Like he was watching, pretty sure he was watching like college lacrosse. I don't know, watching curling at some point. I'm pretty sure. It was pretty ridiculous. But yeah, my name is Denny Alec. Last name is actually pronounced Alic.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Bosnia. Moved here. My family moved here as refugees of the Yugoslavian War, and I know how to speak the Bosnian language. I moved here when I was 2.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, I'm an American, though. I mean, it's cool experiencing the Bosnian culture, which is something I feel like a lot of people don't get to experience.
Good alternative.
Yeah. And but I was born and raised in America, so I consider myself an American.
Mm-hmm.
Except for I am not morbidly obese. So. You may recognize the name Denny Alec as the man from the Guinness Book of World Records as the man with the largest penis. I would like to formally state that was a typo. It should have been smallest, not longest. So,
I mean,
Guinness, get on that.
Just a warning for everybody also starting to listen to this podcast. Danny is a big fan of talking about penis and drawing penis. And
then showing my penis,
his penis
to the public.
So if penis comes up too much for you, I'm sorry. I apologize.
I have a mix of middle school humor and kind of intellectual humor, and I have a good mix of those two, I'd like to say, don't you think?
I'd agree, mostly.
But yeah, we don't want to give away too much about ourselves, I guess, right now.
It'll come.
It'll come out. Yeah, we just kind of want to give you guys see our personalities and kind of just get a general background of who we are, I guess.